What's going on, sports fans? It's Josh Williams back again with another episode of the American Fan 365 podcast. We're doing picks today. We're going to do something a little different today since, we'll get into it, but this week's slate of NFL games is a little crazy. But without further ado, let me go ahead and get the co host Dave Nobles in the building and prayers that it happens instantaneously. Today, trying to get Dave on the line, that's always its own little situation every time. So, but just quickly today, going to go over a little bit of baseball. Not much. You guys don't care about baseball for whatever reason. But then mostly going to focus on college football today, and then some picks, and then of course building our perfect parlay. But that's what we have going on today. I'm going to try to get Dave again, because this thing always wants to be stupid. We're going to try again, see what it does. Prayers, nothing. All right, well, let's see. Sean, how you been, man? You can go ahead and comment, bro. How's everything? How's everything in your life? Dave says he sees me and no invite. So, Dave, I will try again. I keep inviting you, and it keeps not doing the right thing. Don't ask. Let's get the GoPro up here. There's the. Oh my goodness. If we got to get the beard's getting to ZZ Top levels, bro. We got to do something.
Eh, it is a little
Yeah,
rough today. I'm not gonna lie to you.
gotta keep it to Grizzly Adams. You get ZZ Top, we got to start making some choices.
It's getting a little long. I didn't put anything in it though, so it's a little.
Oh, okay.
It's all fresh and natural out of the shower, you know.
Oh, okay. Fresh and clean today.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Everything good?
Things are as good as they get.
There you go. I'm
Just
not
on
I'm
a-
not
on
going.
on a side note, always be good to your people. Keep in touch because you never know when people aren't with you anymore. So
Oh man. All right.
yeah, I lost a good one this week. So
Oh,
shout out
I'm
to my boy
sorry.
Larry.
Oh, I'm sorry. So shout out to Larry and his family. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's never any fun, bro. It's really not. Seriously. Probably about 2 weeks ago, one of my friends, I thought was doing better. She's our age, died of colon cancer. So
Jeez.
yeah,
You never know, man.
no, and she's like 42. So
Yeah.
crazy. But before the show goes in that direction,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, we got a little bit to talk about today. So let's go ahead and start around the world in sports. Up first, Major League Baseball approves the new ABS, the new automated ball strike system. How do you feel about that? I know you had a little bit more information in terms of that. You said there was two challenges per
Yeah, you
game.
get
So,
two per game, so you have to be wise with it. I'm surprised it wasn't unanimous. Who's against this?
I don't know. I okay. The other side of it, the purist side. I mean, I think we all can agree that, especially now that we can all see what a ball and a strike is so vividly, it's on our screen. And
Right.
then when they don't give it to you versus, when they say it's a strike and it's, this far off the plate and it's like, bro, that's not even close. Um, like you said, I feel like there's going to be some strategy. Now, is it similar to football? Like if I use both these challenges, I get them both right. Do I get a third? How does that work? No
I have
way.
not I
Not
have not
sure.
heard any info that says that. All I've heard is two challenges so far. So I think
Okay.
they're keeping it
Okay.
real limited. I think also the reason it's not unanimous is because Angel Hernandez retired. Because if Angel was still around, there's no chance that would be unanimous.
They're
I don't think
trying to
anybody in the history of ever has ever been worse at their job than that man was at his job.
trying to at least keep trying to appease some of the officials that are still out there.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
probably.
But one thing I can say, so Cal Raleigh is having the greatest catcher season of all time. And, you can say Johnny Bench. You can put some other guys out there. Johnny Bench had 45 home runs in 1 year. Cal Raleigh is now up to 60 home runs.
And
His,
none of them
uh,
ever
his,
had
bat,
60.
his batting average is still low, but that's the nature of today's game. What do you think of the
Everybody's
season?
batting average is low today. Everybody swings for the fences. I mean, everybody's swinging out of their shoes. But you got to not only is he having the best catcher offensive seasons, he's having one of the best switch hitter offensive seasons.
Yes, yes, yes. Because he broke Mickey Mantle. Mickey
Yeah,
Mantle was the last frontier for that. So yeah, you're right. I forgot about that part. You're right. That's incredible. That's incredible. I didn't. He's. I feel like he was wasn't a name, but he's actually been an all-star, been an MVP candidate. Seattle's just been so bad that no one knew or cared.
well,
He's been good enough to get him out there this year.
he went from famous for the nickname to famous for being hitting balls out of every park.
Straight nukes. Uh,
Because I mean, Seattle's not bad because they closed that roof, but I mean, it's not like it's Coors where the balls just go flying out of there.
yes, the old Safeco. I was gonna say Safeco. I don't even know the name of it anymore. Do you know the name of their stadium now?
Uh, I think I still call it Safeco. You know what
I
it is?
think
You get that name.
Safeco was the only name that was actually halfway cool. I feel like it had like a couple insurance names and some other stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't like. It's hard for me to remember with Giants games that it's not Pac Bell anymore. It's
That's right.
AT&T, so I can remember it. But
That's right. You know what? I think it's actually T-Mobile. I feel like that. I feel like that was the most recent
I
one.
lose it every time.
You're gonna roll with that. We'll fact check that. I'll get that fact checked. And then before we switch over to football, Tony Hawk's skateboard, his record-setting skateboard when he did his first 900 sells for $1.15 million. How not even how big of a deal that is. Obviously, that's the record for a skateboard, I would say. But how
if you
much do
say
we
so.
not how much do we not care about, those sports anymore, extreme sports? I don't feel like Tony Hawk is probably like the biggest name that we
I
ever had, and I don't think there's gonna be anyone close.
I mean, you got some famous people out there. I only know that because my kids have gotten into skateboarding. But other than that,
Okay.
like if you're not into skateboarding, you don't know. Tony Hawk's the biggest name there ever was, and probably still ever will be. But
Yeah.
it's much more of a niche thing now.
Yeah. That's sad. I wish that certain things, yeah, because like the X Games, I feel like the X Games lost some of its cachet when they became Olympic sports. Like it almost lost as it gained. Like it gained global notoriety, but at the same time, it lost some of the things that made it special. I feel like.
Can I tell you when these sports started getting less attention? When white people stopped dominating them. When black
Wow.
people came in, you know how we do. We turn on you. We turn on you quick.
It's theirs now. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Happens all the time.
It happens all the time. Oh my goodness. All
White
right,
people are
let's do it.
clinging on to hockey. They're holding on for their last breath on that one. It's the last one left.
Hey, look, listen, hockey. I mean, there've been some brothers
You
throughout
got some.
hockey,
You got some,
but
and
hey,
you
you
got
know
some good
what
ones.
though? You want to know though, but like, there's never been like, Raheem or one of those. Hasn't been an inner city black that's taken over hockey. When that happens,
No, not
that's
inner
when
city.
things start to shift.
When you get the hockey Allen Iverson out there, it's over. It's over.
When there's a hockey player that has some baby mama drama and stuff like that, it
Well,
start it start
they
to
got that
turn.
out there. They already got that. White
No,
people
but
do
they
that
keep
too.
it quiet. They keep it quiet. That kind of stuff it gets tamped down. It does.
When we start seeing wave caps under helmets, that's when we know it's a different world.
Moving on. Oh man. All right. So, we gotta give a shout out to our sponsor, South Beach Bookie. Today's football picks are brought to you by our sponsor, South Beach Bookie, the premier sports betting app, who is offering fans of the American Fan $250 in free play. Simply DM TAF free play, place your bet, win, cash out. Everyone needs a bookie, and South Beach Bookie has your back. Make sure you guys look, listen. If you're a follower of the show, you watch the show. If you're not with South Beach Bookie, what are we doing? It's $250 for free.
Can
Go
I
get your money. We'll
can I say
keep.
something though, Josh? You
Yeah.
missed a real good segue there because you could have been speaking of waves.
What
They
was
went
the
straight to
segue?
South Beach. You said if you said
Oh,
speaking of waves,
that's Bush. That was a missed opportunity. You're correct. I'm honestly still getting back up from a nap, so that's fair. Starting off in college football, as I said when we first started today, this week's NFL slate is keep your money in your pocket if you can. I've always said at the beginning
a
of
lot of big
season,
lines.
yeah, bet quarterbacks, and right now, not really many quarterbacks are playing top level football. You know what I mean? And so I would say stay away if you can, but we'll give you a couple picks on that. But starting off in college football, the 21st ranked USC Trojans are 4-0 versus the 3-1 23rd ranked Fighting Illini. Are they still the Fighting Illini?
So yeah, it's still there.
Okay, all right.
Haven't changed that. They got the dispensation. They're okay.
Okay, all right. I know they went to just the I, and I was a little nervous. But Illinois is 3-1, and they're 23rd in the country. Illinois is plus 6.5 dogs at home. Can Illinois, Dave, slow down Mr. Lemon, Makai Lemon, in the third-ranked offense in the country, USC?
Jordan Mayavis had a great year, but they played nobody. I mean nobody.
Mm.
And you have to have a lot of questions after what Indiana did to Illinois last week. Indiana beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, that's
It was
fair.
7-7, and then it was 63-10. And Illinois scored first.
They were up
This
7-0. They scored three
Listen,
points
I will
after the
tell you
game.
one thing because we never really know based on who Illinois ends up playing. But I will tell you this: Signetti will keep scoring points. He is one of those. I am not stopping scoring. You have to stop me from scoring.
Yeah,
Which you know what? Sometimes in life, I appreciate that. Sometimes because I've sat here for so many years with Michigan. It's like, oh, you don't blow people out like that. You know, you just run up the middle for 2 quarters if you're blowing them out. It's like, no,
that's
you
fair.
got good backups. Let it go. And plus, most of these guys that Signetti's brought into Indiana, not to go too far off the subject, but most of his are from his days at James Madison. Like he's not
Yeah,
bringing in huge name guys. He's not bringing in high level recruits. I mean, his quarterback, who's dominating, came from Cal, who's
yeah.
trash.
I,
So
I will. So I will say this about Illinois. They have been known for their defense over the past few years. Over the past few years, a number of defensive players have made it to the NFL, been playing pretty well, starters
good
and role
secondaries.
players. Yeah, a lot of people in the secondary. So if anybody could slow that offense down a little bit, I think it would be Illinois. I would probably say that's too many points, but they did just get their doors blown off last week, so there is
And
that
and
side of it too.
that's my thing. It's just my only reason for caution is West Coast teams on 9 a.m. starts.
Mm,
Historically, even like that's why when you see some of these Big Ten games where these guys go to Northwestern, like just Northwestern's always an ugly game. It's like it's never in doubt, but it's ugly. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't see Illinois with that defensive performance they had last week beating this USC offense because they got a lot of weapons out there. They got some players, but man, I don't know. I I I would only take I would say USC money line. Only thing with the points involved is just 9 a.m. starts for West Coast teams. It's so
Yeah.
early for these kids.
Yep. Up next, we've got the number 4 rank. So it's a battle of perfects, both in the SEC. Number 4 versus number 13, LSU versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss on the road.
Ole Miss at
Ole Miss
home.
at home. LSU is going to be 1.5 favorites on the road. How do you feel about this one? This one,
Well,
this
it's
is a
actually
big.
flipped live to Ole Miss 1.5 now.
Okay,
My
okay. All right.
my cause for concern is that LSU's defense looks good this year. Now it could be maybe they're playing bad offenses, and they are on their backup quarterback with Ole Miss. Although he played well against Tulane, I would I would prefer Ole Miss to win. I would lean LSU in this game.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
more experience, and if Nussmeier is going to be this high level prospect that he's supposed to be, he's got to show it some week,
That's right. I
and he
was I
ain't
was
shown it
gonna
yet.
say he hasn't played lights out, and for him to have started the season as a Heisman favorite to have played pretty pedestrian for the most part. Ole Miss does have a top 10 offense, so there is that going for them in this game. Uh, I'm actually gonna probably pull Ole Miss in this one, but yeah. I mean, LSU, they have to at least show it at some point. They've beaten. They haven't really had too many signature wins just yet, but this one definitely would be it if they get it. All right, switching back over to your conference, Oregon, undefeated Oregon, number 6 in the country, versus undefeated Penn State in Happy Valley. Penn State, number 3 in the country, and are -3.5 favorites at home. What you think?
Oregon, guaranteed. One,
Guaranteed.
one, Oregon's better.
Okay.
Two, Kirk Franklin, James Franklin. Kirk Franklin has more big wins than James Franklin does. James Franklin
Kirk
never
Franklin
wins
been
these.
winning a long time now.
James Franklin never wins these games. He's the same guy that a couple years ago Michigan literally ran a whole second half because they knew he
Hey,
had a quarterback that couldn't pass. Who, by the way, is still the quarterback.
I'll say this. This is that's the reason why I have to take Penn State is because at some point, Dave, if they're ever going to actually do it, now's the time.
But here's why I'll say it's not. Two words: Dante Moore. He has been tearing it up for them at quarterback, and a lot of people who are way more in the know than I am say he is the best guy they've had in that system. That went from Bo Nix to Dylan Gabriel. He's the
Mm,
one that fits them the most.
fits actually what they do because both of those
Oregon's
guys.
loaded,
Yeah, but I
but
mean,
it
Bo Nix. Remember, Bo Nix wasn't from there. He transferred in. Dylan Gabriel wasn't from there. He transferred in. Did this kid transfer in as well, or has he
oh
been
yeah, he
in the
was from
system?
UCLA.
Oh, that's right. That's
He got out
right.
of hell. He got out of hell
Smart,
last year.
smart man.
He went up there and sat just to not be touched by that
Just to
UCLA
not have to
kid.
deal with that, smart man. That's actually pretty smart. So you got Oregon in this one. I'm going to take Penn State. Um, and then the final game we're going to focus on that's from the ranked games. Man, Alabama versus Georgia. Alabama has looked shaky at best. They are now 2-1 and number 17 in the country after starting in the top five. Georgia is the fifth ranked team in the country, and they are 3-0. Georgia is -3.5 favorites at home. Georgia has had a bevy of NFL prospects, NFL players. Both these teams have, but I
And they
think
still do.
Georgia. They do. I think Georgia wants to make a statement in this one because if they're able to put them down to 2-2, I won't say their season is over, but the sky would definitely be falling in Tuscaloosa if Georgia is able to take this one.
Yeah, but the tough part of that is I have two stats that are strange as going to sound make me feel like Georgia. One is that Kirby Smart has one win against the school he coached at
That's
previously,
fair.
Alabama.
That's fair.
And but in all of that stretch of Kirby Smart games with Georgia against Alabama, they've never played in Athens before. This will be the first
Oh,
time
wow.
Georgia played because a lot of the games weren't
Neutral,
even were
right?
neutral site.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're getting a lot of conference title games in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I think this is the
yeah.
first time on actual home field because people always be like, "Oh, those games were in Atlanta." It's like, yeah, Alabama travels.
Yes, they do. Especially if in a neutral situation. Neutral,
Yeah,
it could be in Atlanta all at once, but they only get so many tickets.
those Alabama people are buying up tickets for every available ticket for that game every year,
Yeah, yeah.
regardless, because you're
That's fair.
expected to be there.
That's fair. That's fair. Who do you have? Who you gonna take?
I got to take Georgia. I got to take Georgia. I
Okay.
just my biggest problem because Georgia doesn't have the defense they usually have, but Alabama doesn't have the running game they usually have, and part of that's because you got Justice Haynes went to Michigan and is hitting home runs every week. So
That's fair.
thanks for that one. Thanks for that one. I appreciate it.
All right, switching over to the NFL. Before we get into the picks, Dave has a stat. He has a stat for all you Raider fans out there,
That's
and
correct.
he's going to say it with a smile on his face.
That's
So
right.
I'll give Dave the floor. Go ahead, Dave.
So I keep hearing from Raider fans how much of a bust Ashton Janty's already turning out to be, and how terrible things are going for him. Ashton Janty, 101% of his yards are after contact.
101%.
101%. He came with 17 carries. He was hitting the backfield 11 of those times. People are like, oh, he doesn't see the hole fast enough. You can't see a hole that's not there.
What hole?
This
Where
ain't
do
the
you want me to
donut. This is the
run?
Danish out there. But a lot of this, it's easy to tell because for a good chunk of Raider fans, I'm not going to say every one of you, but a good chunk of you, all you care about is people dressing up for games or trying to cosplay as tough guys because you got cool uniforms. A good chunk of Raider fans couldn't care less. They just know that people are saying Janty's being disappointing, but we have no way of knowing if the kid's even good yet.
Yeah,
Let him get away and go to a team with an offensive line, and then we'll see what happens. Because
yeah,
you've had a revolving clown show there for years. I could have rubbed it in because I was going to read off all their draft picks in recent years, but I didn't. I figure you all have suffered enough. Not that any of you would recognize any of it anyway. No, some of you would, the real fans, not the
yeah.
people who dress up, not the people who try to start fights with other people just because they're Raider fans or the Warrior Raiders all the time. People that don't know what's going on. I'm talking to them. You all who are real fans, you know that you've had a trash organization. I mean, for God's sake, John Gruden brought in a TV guy who was bad on TV, who had never been in a front office,
As
to
the
go out there
GM,
and like GM and
yeah,
make picks, and it
yeah.
showed. It showed every year.
It showed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, just speaking from this past weekend's game, yeah, I mean, it, he wasn't he had two of his biggest runs of his career versus my team, but 99% of it was Genty gets the carry, Genty down. Like he wasn't getting any
Well,
room to
there's no
move.
place to go. He doesn't get to build up any
Yeah,
momentum whatsoever. They're clearly keying on him and saying, even as a rookie, and saying, Gino, we're comfortable with you throwing the ball around.
yeah,
And they got a long way to go. They don't have a good offensive line
yeah,
for passing
yeah.
or run. They're just now with Carroll this year turning into a professional organization. That's going to take time. To go from being a clown show to a professional organization is hard work.
That I mean, honestly, and that's kind of one of the things that really highlight, what my team did last year because we were dog. We were bad before I start cursing. We were bad, and so to go from that to 12-5, from a four and what is that, 13 team to 12-5 in 1 year. Yeah, that's not. It
Well,
doesn't happen very often.
and also, and then you turn around, like say the same thing with the Raiders. Look at their division. Ain't one
Yeah,
easy win in that division.
yeah. Not
Not
right
gonna be
now.
one.
Not right now. Not
Even
right
with
now.
teams even with listen, we live in a world where one of the Chiefs or the Ravens are going to be 1-3 after this week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was one thing. That was one of the other things that we
Great
want
world
to
for
talk about
me.
too.
Great
Yeah,
world for
I
the Bills
mean,
fans of the world out
well,
here.
well, look, and I'll say this. Yeah, thank you because I forgot to put that down. Who do you feel needs that win more? Like who do you feel the sky would be falling on more if they lost?
For the course of a whole season, the Ravens are the ones that haven't done it. They're the ones that haven't been to the Super Bowl. So And plus, with the Ravens, you have most of your team, with the exception of Madubuike, who looks like he might be out for a little bit with a neck injury. But I mean, your big weapons for the Chiefs have been out,
Yeah.
and these losses aren't to bad teams. These losses are to
No,
good
no.
teams.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Just
100%.
like the Ravens' losses are to good teams. Now, your tougher part for the Chiefs, though, is just that constant primetime schedule. They're playing all different days of the week. I mean, they still got the Bills this year. They have all their division opponents because there's no slouches in that division.
Yeah.
I mean, even as much as I'm talking bad about the Raiders are a professional team that's going to
They're
try
gonna
this
get. I
year.
mean, they're gonna give you a fight for sure. And the Raiders have beaten the Chiefs over the last few years.
And
One of
they've
the
beaten the
people.
Chiefs when they're bad. You know,
Yeah,
some these
yeah,
division
and have
rivalries.
always given them a hard game. That's
I
true.
mean, last week's Miami Buffalo game was a perfect example. I mean, Buffalo had the game kind of in hand, but it kept getting tied up. I never felt like they were going to lose, but you got to show up against those division teams every game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, I think that it's obviously the Ravens. The Ravens, they need it because if they don't get it, they're already starting to call for Harbaugh's job and starting to ask questions. They're starting to poke holes at the defensive coordinator. And like you said, they haven't actually done it. And they've had a healthy team. Like their team has been intact. The
Well,
Chiefs,
they weren't healthy on defense this week. I mean, they were missing people. You had Madubuike, then right behind him you had Van Noy, then you had defensive backs out. To me, though, I think their biggest problem, and one of the reasons why what's happening is happening, is, and it's unfortunately the blessing and curse of having Lamar and Derrick Henry together. Derrick Henry's not getting enough touches.
mm,
He's fumbling because he doesn't have the ball in his hands enough. And plus that fumble that Hutchinson punched out, it's a great defensive play.
that was glorious. Like
He
when
flew in and punched that.
bro, listen, I called the fumble before it actually happened. When he got back up, I was like, if he can get to that ball, he's gonna try and punch it. Lo and behold, he got there, and Derrick Henry didn't see him at
But
all.
your
It was
problem is
great.
he's not in the course of a game like he needs to be. He's not
Mm,
getting enough touches. He's getting around like 15 touches a game. That's not enough.
yeah,
And he's
not
starting
for
out
him.
these games crushing people.
Yeah, not for him. All right, let's go ahead and get to these picks. Chargers versus Giants. We're only going to do four, just like we did four for college. Chargers versus Giants. Giants are plus 6.5 dogs at home. Who you got in that one?
That Chargers defense looks pretty good to me, even with some of the injuries they've sustained. And you're
Yeah,
giving a fresh rookie quarterback in his first game. I like the Chargers there, even with the 6.5.
yeah. Even with well, I mean, for me, it's Justin Herbert taking shots at that defense, even though the defense is very good.
It's
I
very
feel
good, but
like
it's not good against the run with the Jim
yeah.
Harbaugh team out there.
Yeah, and look, Quentin Johnston has been playing lights out.
Good
Lad
Lord.
McConkey's playing really well. Gadsden, the rookie tight end, is playing really well. Like they have a chance to look pretty good. And like you said, this is Jackson Dart's first appearance, so we're gonna see.
I would have put some
Um,
Jameis in there myself. I'd give Jameis a couple weeks.
Probably so. That probably should have been the right call. Ravens at the Chiefs. Chiefs plus 2.5 dogs at home. Vegas is pulling for the Ravens to go to 2-3, and the Chiefs to go to one and
Chiefs.
one and three.
Wow. I. Whew, wow. Gosh, I don't feel bad about that because the Ravens could have won they should have won the Bills game,
Mm.
and that turnover was costly against Detroit.
Two really good teams.
I'll take Baltimore.
You got
And maybe
Baltimore
that's
in that
just
one.
maybe that's just hate in my heart. I don't know.
I'm actually going to run with the Chiefs. As much as everyone is talking about no weapons, Patrick Mahomes is starting to find a little bit of a home with Tyquan Thornton, and Thornton's been
Who
getting
was
beat.
cut by the Patriots?
Yes,
Who have
yes,
no
yes,
weapons?
Yes, but remember the
If anybody's
Patriots.
wondering how good Patrick Mahomes still is,
Yeah.
I mean, Travis Kelce is the corpse of Travis Kelce at this point.
Yeah. A little
But that's
bit.
not. It's just age, man. He played in a lot. He's
Yeah.
played in a lot of games,
He has played a lot of
and
games, a lot of
he
pressure
always
moments
finds a
too.
way to store it up in the playoffs. But
Yeah.
I need dirt to be poured on this team because, like I said, I don't mind seeing them in the regular season. There's something about seeing them in the playoffs that the Bills ain't solved yet. So I would
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
just eliminate that from the process.
You trying to just take it off the out of the equation.
Yeah, I'd rather just not see him at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna run with the Chiefs on that one. Chiefs plus 2.5 dogs at home. I can't think of how many times that's happened in the last 8 years. Packers.
I can't imagine it has.
Yeah, if it has, not by more than 2 or 3 times. Packers at the Cowboys. Cowboys plus 6.5 dogs at home. Packers.
What a
Packers coming off a
difference!
loss to the
What a
to the
difference a
to the
week
Browns.
makes between that Browns defense and this Cowboys defense.
Way to get back right. I'll say that.
Well, Dak's going to be running for his life
Yeah.
with no CeeDee Lamb out there to help him, and Jordan Love gets to get healthy again with that Cowboys defense, which looks like it
Gives
could
up
be all-time bad.
deep balls like it's nothing. So I can tell you, just as my team is concerned, they were throwing that thing deep. It felt like every snap we had pressure and threats over and over again. So I think this one could go bad. I'm gonna say in my perfect parlay, I'm not sure if you can get Micah Parsons, plus 1 sack, 1.5 sack. Take all the overs in that. I feel like he gets 3 sacks in this game, personally.
If he doesn't, it means he opened up everybody else.
Yeah, that's fair too. That's fair too. But yeah, Cowboys probably going down. Cowboys going to 1-3. Vikings at the Steelers. Steelers plus 2.5 dogs at home. That one was a little surprising to me. Who do you have in that one?
Oh, not to me. The Vikings
Really?
are a better team with Carson Wentz than they would be with JJ McCarthy. I
Think
speak as a
so.
Michigan fan. None of us know if JJ McCarthy's any good. I'm gonna guess it's more likely that JJ McCarthy is not good, and they were just hoping by the grace of Kevin O'Connell that maybe he could be good. Yes, he had a little bit of a stretch in that game one. You have to remember this is also the same guy that didn't throw for a half at Penn State. When they had a game where they're like, "Well, we know Penn State can't score. What's the only way we could possibly lose this game?" JJ throws it. Okay, so JJ's just not going to throw for a whole half. It was as much of an
I,
indictment of
I,
JJ as it was of
listen,
Penn State.
and this is the reason why I'm cheering for this child so bad, because I really want him to be good. So then you can be like,
I
I
wanted to
guess
be good
Jason's all
too.
right.
I wanted to be good too, but like I said, we just don't know. We don't have the information, and I think with these injuries, especially if they start stacking some wins up,
Yeah.
I think there's a chance that if Carson Wentz doesn't screw it up, it's a very talented roster in Minnesota, and I think if Wentz doesn't screw it up, he could be their starter the whole year.
Wentz didn't have a world-beating game last week. It was more defense. I forget was it Rodgers? Rodgers had 2 defensive touchdowns, which is
Oh,
crazy.
they
He had a pick six and a scoop, and he had a pick
game was
six,
game
and
was
then he
never
had a strip
close.
fumble, picked it up, and took it in. He had 14 points by himself. So I feel like the Steelers, especially on the road, the Steelers being at home, have a chance. I think the Steelers are still figuring themselves out.
I know that the Steelers have 2 wins. I think the Steelers team is not good. I think they've beaten 2 bad teams. I think nothing is an indication of them being good. And I think that Minnesota defense that blitzes well, that's the kiss of death for Aaron
Okay,
Rodgers.
for Aaron Rodgers. All right.
I mean,
Well,
they've
let's.
beaten the Patriots and they've beaten the Jets.
Yeah. I mean, that's. And I'm trying to think, who did they lose to? They lose to the Seahawks, or who did they lose?
Seahawks at
Was it
home
Seahawks?
by
Yeah,
two
it wasn't.
touchdowns.
It wasn't. Well, that was that. Remember that child gave up the daggone touchdown. Like he literally gave them a touchdown.
Well,
Be
I'm
that
not
as it
disagreeing
may.
with that part, but they were losing that game regardless.
Be that as it may, they did lose the game. All right, Dave, go ahead and build your perfect parlay for the week. Remember, this week we can use player props, we can use college football, and we can use NFL.
Well, I would tell you, I would definitely, I would want to be seeing what James Cook's touchdown props are for the Bills
Okay.
game against the Saints, because that line's too high to be messing with. But I mean, James Cook's easily getting 2 touchdowns in that game. Josh
Okay.
Allen, the Bills team has the everybody eats philosophy, and Josh Allen doesn't care about showing up in these games and running up stats on bad teams.
Hmm.
So I would definitely take that. I feel very confidently about Oregon. I feel very confident about Oregon.
Okay.
So I would take I would take Oregon outright. I would take the money line or points. And my last one is just I think that Packers 6.5 is not enough points for what they're going to score, especially when there's no CD Lamb to help get some of those points back.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
I think Micah Parsons is going to be on a mission, so they're either going to have to throw 3 people at him or let him have his day.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go. So my perfect parlay. I'm starting with those Packers. Packers minus 6.5. I think that they go to work on the Cowboys. I feel like you might even want to even tease that up even further. Personally, you might want to even take that to
I
10.
would think that's a great teaser option to
Yeah,
tease
you,
it
you
up.
might you might want to take that to 10 and really help your odds out. I'm going Steelers plus 2.5, and then I'm gonna go Illini plus 6.5 at home.
Ooh, that Illini team, I don't know, man, after last week.
Look, out of the games that we have in front of us, trust me, because I am not touching any of these NFL games. These NFL games make me uncomfortable at best. So, honestly, you honestly could swap in Chargers minus 6.5 too. That's also not a bad option. Maybe tease that down to 3 just to keep yourself comfortable. Um, yeah, I think that's a good enough option. I think that's good. And remember, these are all sponsored by our friends at South Beach Bookie. Make sure you guys go and get your $250 for free, please. I'm begging you, just go sign up. It's very simple. Just DM them. That's it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in again. Thank you to Dave. We might have something exciting next week for UFC, so stay tuned for that. UFC 320 is here in town, so I'll keep you guys posted on that if we're able to get some things rolling. But without further ado, we will see you guys next time. We are out. All
Ryder
right,
Cup bright and early.
Ryder Cup. Yeah, that's true. I will not be. Yeah, there's no tiger. It's all right. See you guys next time.